Good evening, and welcome to A Mind of Valor. It is Westerfield Tolbert. I'm glad that you are with me this evening on day 28. If you've been following us thus far, we've been making an effort and succeeding at going on this 30 consecutive day run with creating live stream content. And the purpose is to strengthen our muscle and our capacity to go live and to create content as well as contribute to the public discourse around different topics. We've been venturing into the 25 contiguous valor principles, and our overarching theme of asking better questions has been our run throughout this time. Last time we spoke about accountability, and tonight I am more than thrilled to have a dear colleague with me, Mr. Donald McKinney, certified genealogist. Um, and we are here in Louisville, Kentucky. Donald resides in Louisville, Kentucky, where he also received his accreditation for genealogy. And we're just going to dive into a couple of light topics this evening or this morning. And we will be talking about his experience, his family's experience in South Carolina, as well as he will tell us a little bit about his family Bible product and company that he's been working on and he's preparing to bring to the public. You can actually check it out at familybible.io for more information. And I'll let him tell you more about that. I'll let him introduce himself appropriately, Mr. Donald McKinney.
Oh, thank you so much, brother, for that amazing, wonderful introduction.
All right.
Yes, my name is Donald McKinney, Louisville native, born and raised, and I am certified genealogist through the School of U of L, and I fell in love with genealogy specifically. I guess it's in my blood. My grandmother, she had an actual family Bible, and I was actually lucky enough to come into contact with it, and then just kind of fell in love with a lot of the different things that she left in there, and then just understanding family culture. And specifically in this time and day and age, I think it's really important to be able to hold on to the legacy of your family. Genealogy to me is everything. I think everybody should know where they come from and have some type of inclination on where their blood genealogy is and who they are, pedigree, lineage, so on and so forth. So I love helping people understand that, and from the historian aspect of it too, being able to go back and trace,
Yeah.
specifically, my heritage, and that's kind of crazy how it led me on the path to even finding out and
Tell us
understanding.
about your heritage, because I know it's important to the inception story for the family Bible.
Well, yeah, it was, kind of, finding out about, the history of my family in South Carolina and how we even came to be in Kentucky. But, finding out this history and knowledge about my family led me to want to create a company where people could preserve the knowledge and the history of their family, because specifically,
What is some of that history that's unique to your heritage and how your family wound up in Kentucky?
well, specifically, it was through the lynching, through the land theft and the lynching of my great great uncle Wade Hampton McKinney through what is now known as the Phoenix election riots of 1898 in Greenwood, South Carolina. And I have other family members that were murdered as well. So through different ordeals, there was a lynching where the sheriff and a mob of people, a gang of people, my auntie's husbands, and then my great great grandfather store, and he was lynched in the back of his store. So it's it's just being able to put it all together and get it out there and get the understanding and the knowledge known. Because, when you do your genealogy, it's amazing to find out certain things. And I wasn't, it was just amazing for me. But knowing that and then being able to take that and hold on to that knowledge and preserve that knowledge, because it's something that a lot of my family members really didn't pass down or do a good job of really passing down. um, but it was talked about though. My uncle is actually the one who was like, yeah, his great aunt Sarah is the one who told him about it and passed it down. And they said that they did us wrong in South Carolina, and you know just being able to create a company where you can, hold on to that type of knowledge instead of one person being able to pass away, because without a great aunt Sarah being able to pass that to my uncle, and then me doing a little bit of genealogy research at that time, which led me to the greater, research that I did. But um, preserving that knowledge and holding on to it and having a place where you can, for generations, preserve a certain effect and a certain amount of knowledge about your family. Because in the digital revolution and the technological age, it's important to be able to,
Do you mind, like, when you were breaking down Family Bible to me? Do you mind telling the people, or are we at a stage where we can tell them about the uniqueness of the product and kind of how it functions in this Web3 space, and or is it too soon?
well, specifically, Family Bible is a company where you are preserving. Is going to be a company where you can preserve the knowledge of your family. All right, now it's still early. You know what I'm saying,
Okay.
in the planning stages of the company. So we have more to come. You know what I'm saying, on that aspect. But hopefully, you know what I'm saying, when we launch the company, you know what I'm saying, fully, with our with our own personal website. Right now, you can go to familybobby.io, and there's more information there where you can, you know, um, kind of, get a better inclination of the company and how it runs.
Okay. Okay. Well, now we get to do something that I enjoy and that I've been waiting to work on. We will test your knowledge, some of your experience against our Valor's 25 contiguous success principles. And so you've had an opportunity to hear some of these principles. And so the questions that I ask you that will follow will be in reference to one of these different 25 contiguous principles. You ready for this?
Yes.
Ready to dive in?
Let's get it.
So I think it's important, and these are really rapid fire. So we try to answer each one in under 60 seconds, best you can.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. Your initial vision for the company.
Um, to be able to build families stronger together.
Okay. What are the company's top values?
Um, uh, Connecting families to the past, present, and future.
What are your top personal values?
Um, Doing unto others as I want done to myself.
In life, there's a lot of virtues, and also there's a lot of vices. Anything that you've learned from your vices that could help somebody else, or from overcoming your vices?
Oh, I would have to say there's always there, there's light on the other side. Never give up. You know what I'm saying? Reaching for that light. Because sometimes in your vices you can be in a dark place. So you can look around and you feel like you're all by yourself. But when you see that light, go walk towards it, move towards it. Always keep moving toward the light in a dark place.
Tell me, how much does your attitude on that you carry on a daily basis play into the success of you professionally and personally?
Everything. I think that, the mindset, I'm saying, in the mind's eye, and being able to fully understand and manifest for yourself is the best way to, really, really move forward and move your life forward. So, just willing it into power, just by manifesting and saying, hey, I am, it is, and it is.
This one here is a tricky in awareness because it's kind of a double question in one, but it really deals with attention and awareness. So, what are you most paying attention to in your field, and what are you most, I guess, aware of in your environment?
Well, the need for, saying to kill procrastination, honestly, to really, really, really work towards, security and protection, security and protection.
When it comes to associations, how much do you engage in, I guess, organizations locally or nationally that you are able to network in and build relationships? How much does that play into your success?
It has a lot of success. This little bug right here is just killing me. I don't know if it's a net or what it is, but it really plays a big factor in being able to, be successful. I know I got some great information that I was able to procure upon, through an email of a skill, specifically your websites and web domains. So that's a really big help, and I look forward to being able to invest in that. And yeah, I like it.
Are there any leaders in the field that you look at that you find inspiring? And how do you think about leadership and hope to be a good leader?
Well, specifically, by being able to, walk the walk, talk the talk, and being the first in, and the last out if need be, but, just straight up taking, control of the situation and leading by example, in my opinion.
Absolutely. When it comes to language, one of our previous episodes, we spoke about how both our internal language and our external language, how we communicate with other people, definitely impacts our environment. How do you um, consider language and communication in your work?
I think it's key critical and it's important to be able to, fully communicate thoroughly, but at the same time, to be able to understand, that real communication comes from, body language and, it flat out being what it is. So, being able to understand, a person, past the conversation, because how many times have you told a person, hey, I'm all right, but I've been hurting.
Yeah.
So, language, in my eyes, can be, kind of used to, manipulate your emotions, so in a negative. So, being able to look past that and being able to say, hey, you know what? I can see that the situation calls for you to be in a more blessed situation. So, being able to work towards helping you to be in that blessed situation past the initial conversation a lot of times that you or anybody else might be able to procure or say.
Okay. Organization is key. How do you organize your daily operation to be successful? And like, what are some systems or advice you can give people to have successful systems in their work?
Um, tenacity, tenacity, and specifically being able to understand your situation and what you want for yourself. Especially in the context of like if you're willing to work towards um, having anything worthwhile, then it's going to take work. So, tenacity.
It's important. Let's look down this list. We won't be touch on all 25 of the contiguous principles. We'll just sprinkle a little bit in there for the people. Let me see. Reciprocity. That's something that we consider a lot, and just that exchange of energy and presence and attention. What is unique about the way you, I guess, you move through your work and your world, and that plays a part with the reciprocity you receive and the energy that you contribute?
Well, I think that you know, you get what you give. Straight up. That's I'm a firm believer. Of that. And our karma. So yeah, I'm totally believing that. Reciprocity is one of those things that is real, and that's why I try to live every day like it's my last, and laugh a lot more than I cry, and spread love wherever I can.
Indeed. Now, Donald, I'm glad that you came in, and I'm glad that we're having this conversation. And I've known you now for some time, both personally and professionally. And our relationship started about 10, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, almost 13 years ago. And over that time period, we've seen a lot. We've learned a lot. We've experienced a lot through families and children, and losing friends and losing, what I'm saying? Like, we actually, in this moment, I want to talk about a dear friend. We shared a friend who, rest in peace, it was 2 years ago.
Mhm.
2 years ago, around this very time, he took his own life, and he committed suicide. And as a friends group, we were absolutely shocked. We met under the conditions of an accountability group, and our objective and our goal was to strengthen each other and sharpen each other. And he really was the one who brought us all together, who brought us to structure and to understand so much. So for him to be the one to take his own life around this very time, uh, I don't know, it shattered us, because we always considered him the strongest. Personally, I always considered him the smartest.
The good die young.
Absolutely. And during this time of mental health awareness, and just as men are crying for help and reaching and don't really know where to turn and where to advocate, I just deviated from the script just slightly. But a mind of valor and what we stand for is about health and wellness, and not just systems and processes and methods, but really the healthy mind. Um, and that's what the mind in a mind of valor stands for: man in need of discipline. And that's where we found ourselves at a time years ago when we were all pretty lost. We were searching for direction and understanding, trying to find something and somewhere to align our lives, and something to align our lives to. And here this brother comes along, and he's like, "Here, let me help you organize your life and teach you about Black culture and history and United Black America." And I learned more from him in that short period of time than I probably learned from any school. And um,
Facts.
absolutely.
Facts. Yeah, it was really, really, really great experience being able to, being around, a person of his esteem. Saad Malik is a lot of the names you might know him as, but, you know, great person, amazing, amazing, amazing brother. And learned a lot from him, still learning, and still being able to compartmentalize a lot of the things that he, has taught and so keeping that legacy going and that understanding going, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I just had to touch on that.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Always gotta, pay respect, to the fallen, homie. So yeah, salute to that, brother. Um, yeah, I think that's a good first live, man. Wrapping it up, and making it do what it do.
Absolutely. Okay, friends, family. On this 28th episode of A Mind of Valor by Westerfield Tolbert, I brought you this special guest, Donald McKinney, genealogist coming out of Louisville, Kentucky. And you can find him and the work that he's doing at familybible.io. He's building an amazing product, and I look forward to seeing what it becomes. I look forward to connecting with him on future episodes with greater updates. And again, during this time of mental health awareness, if you are out there and you have a friend or a family member who is in need, there are services that they can reach into, and there's community that they can reach out to. They're not alone, and you're not alone, and your family is not alone. And so you have us, we have you. And as I always say, we are here building community, one day at a time, one step at a time. Everything will grow, evolve, change, from the lighting to the microphone to the audio, to the guests. But it's a growing process, and we are trying to strengthen one another. Iron sharpens iron, and only through community we can build. And let's keep reaching in and reaching out. This is A Mind of Valor. I am Westerfield Tolbert. This is
Donald McKinney.
and we'll see you on the next stream.
Peace.